Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. On this channel, we dive deep into the world of cars, from high-performance machines to everyday road warriors. And today, we're covering something a little more dramatic: the moose test. Sounds funny, but this is no joke in the world of vehicle safety. The moose test is a critical obstacle avoidance maneuver designed to replicate a sudden swerve, like dodging a moose on the road. It's a simulation that can make or break a car's reputation, regardless of its price tag or performance stats. Some cars glide through it like a breeze, others, not so much. Today, we're looking at 17 cars that dramatically failed the dreaded moose test. From understeer disasters to electronic control meltdowns, these are the epic fails that automakers would rather you didn't see. Let's jump in. Before we get into the fail list, let's quickly talk about what the moose test actually is. Originating in Sweden, the moose test, also known as the elk test, is designed to simulate a driver suddenly swerving to avoid an obstacle, like a moose, and then returning to their lane at relatively high speed. The maneuver is usually performed at speeds between 60 and 80 km/h, 37 and 50 mph. The test consists of a sudden left-right-left maneuver through a set of cones, testing the car's suspension, steering response, chassis balance, and most importantly, its electronic stability systems. A successful run is when the car stays within the cones, maintains composure, and doesn't lose control or lift a wheel dangerously. Many luxury cars and sports models pass with ease. But surprisingly, even some of the newest EVs and high-tech SUVs completely fall apart during this test, revealing major flaws in their dynamic safety. And now, let's break down the 17 vehicles that embarrassed themselves during this infamous challenge. Number 17. Brabus. Brabus entered the EV scene with bold claims of performance and sporty driving dynamics, but the moose test painted a different picture. During the sudden swerve maneuver, it underperformed drastically, crashing through cones even at lower speeds. The main culprits were its inadequate tire grip and a sluggish electronic stability control system that failed to react quickly. These issues exposed serious flaws in the vehicle's real-world handling. For a model branded as a Brabus, traditionally associated with high performance, this was a disappointing showing. The failure cast doubt on the car's ability to combine urban agility with safety, especially in emergency maneuvers. It served as a harsh reality check for Smart's EV ambitions and left experts questioning its overall chassis tuning. Number 16. BYD Han. The BYD Han, a flagship electric sedan from China's EV giant, failed to impress in the moose test, highlighting a concerning safety shortfall. Despite its luxurious design and powerful specs, the Han struggled with high-speed evasive maneuvers. The vehicle exhibited excessive understeer, which made it hard to navigate sharp direction changes quickly. Low rolling resistance tires, typically chosen to boost range, played a role in reducing cornering grip. As a result, the Han could not maintain its line through the cones, showing instability that shouldn't exist in a premium vehicle. This raised questions about the balance between range efficiency and emergency handling. The moose test results undercut the car's premium aspirations and reminded automakers that performance on paper doesn't always translate into real-world safety. Number 15. Ford Mustang Mach-E. The Ford Mustang Mach-E aimed to combine the spirit of a muscle car with modern electric mobility, but its moose test performance left enthusiasts disappointed. When subjected to sudden lane change scenarios, the Mach-E demonstrated sluggish steering response and a delayed electronic stability control reaction. These issues meant the driver had trouble regaining control mid-swerve, and the vehicle plowed through cones instead of recovering gracefully. While it may handle daily driving just fine, the Mach-E's poor showing in this high-stress test exposed weaknesses in its chassis tuning and software calibration. For a car bearing the iconic Mustang name, expectations were high, and its performance fell short. The failure raised concerns about whether the EV's weight distribution and suspension setup had been truly optimized for evasive safety situations. Number 14. Volkswagen ID.4. The Volkswagen ID.4, marketed as a practical and family-friendly EV, failed to meet expectations in the Moose test. During the high-speed evasive maneuver, the ID.4 showed early signs of understeer, particularly as the test speeds increased. This made it difficult to maintain control through the cones. One of the biggest issues was its low rolling resistance tires, which prioritized efficiency over grip. These tires lacked the necessary traction for abrupt direction changes. Additionally, the electronic stability control system didn't intervene quickly or forcefully enough to correct the vehicle's trajectory in time. For a car designed with safety and family in mind, this was a surprising letdown. The test result highlighted a concerning trade-off in the ID.4's design. Range and efficiency came at the cost of real-world emergency handling. Number 13. Skoda Enyaq IV. The Skoda Enyaq IV, built on the same MEB platform as the Volkswagen ID, unfortunately mirrored its sibling's Moose test failure. The Enyaq struggled with precise handling and revealed significant body roll during quick evasive maneuvers. As speeds increased, its steering became less responsive, and the delay in control inputs made it difficult for the driver to maintain the intended path. The vehicle simply couldn't stay within the cones, with the electronic stability control failing to react swiftly enough. The combination of soft suspension tuning, understeer, and tires optimized for efficiency rather than grip worked against it. Despite its practical design and appeal to families, the Enyaq showed that platform sharing doesn't always translate to safe driving dynamics. This performance raised red flags for those considering it as a secure, all-around electric SUV. Number 12. Mercedes-Benz EQS 580. The Mercedes-Benz EQS 580 might excel in luxury, range, and tech, but its Moose test performance was far from impressive. This high-end electric flagship is weighed down by its massive battery pack and long wheelbase, factors that became glaring liabilities during sudden evasive maneuvers. When thrown into the Moose test, the EQS struggled with significant inertia, sluggish directional changes, and delayed body control. It swayed heavily and failed to stay on course, as its bulk overpowered the chassis' ability to respond quickly. The ESC couldn't compensate fast enough to rein in the body movement. Despite boasting futuristic features and active suspension systems, the car's sheer size worked against it. The result? A sobering reminder that luxury and tech can't fully mask poor emergency agility in heavy EVs. Number 11. Toyota RAV4 Prime. The Toyota RAV4 Prime, a plug-in hybrid version of the immensely popular RAV4, aims to combine fuel efficiency with added performance. On paper, it seems like a win-win. Strong acceleration, an electric-only range, and Toyota's reputation for reliability. However, when subjected to the Moose test, the RAV4 Prime showed notable weaknesses. The added weight from its hybrid battery pack significantly affected the vehicle's agility, particularly during sudden direction changes. While it wasn't a total failure at lower speeds, anything above 70 km/h revealed severe understeer and instability. The SUV pushed wide through corners, making it difficult to stay within the test lane. Its electronic stability control was slow to react, unable to bring the vehicle back on track quickly. For a vehicle marketed as a smart green family option, the RAV4 Prime's performance raised concerns about its emergency handling capability in real-world driving scenarios. Number 10. Kia Sportage Plug-in Hybrid. The Kia Sportage Plug-in Hybrid represents Kia's push into eco-friendly SUVs, offering electrified efficiency with crossover practicality. But its moose test results were far from flattering. When forced into a sudden evasive maneuver, the Sportage PHEV displayed erratic behavior. It showed a worrying amount of instability, with significant body roll and steering that didn't respond quickly enough. As a result, it repeatedly failed to remain within the defined path of the test, knocking over several cones in the process. The electronic stability control didn't kick in fast enough to correct the loss of control, and recovery from the swerve was delayed. The added weight from the hybrid system likely played a role, affecting both balance and grip. While the Sportage PHEV might impress in terms of features, range, and efficiency, its poor moose test performance underlines a critical flaw: compromised handling when it matters most in emergency situations. Number 9. Mazda CX-3, 2018. The 2018 Mazda CX-3 might have delivered in terms of style and efficiency, but its moose test performance was a major letdown. During the high-speed swerve maneuver, the subcompact SUV's rear end snapped out aggressively, almost sending the vehicle into a full spin. This kind of behavior is highly dangerous in real-world emergency scenarios, where drivers rely on stability to avoid accidents. The test exposed significant flaws in the car's suspension tuning and electronic stability control calibration. While Mazda is typically praised for producing vehicles with sporty, responsive handling, the CX-3 clearly missed the mark here. Its light rear axle, combined with an abrupt weight transfer, created instability that the ESC system couldn't adequately manage. Although Mazda has since made improvements in newer models, the CX-3's failure remains a blemish in the brand's history, especially for drivers who expect both fun and safety in one compact crossover. Number 8. Kia Soul EV. The Kia Soul EV may be a practical, quirky, and affordable electric vehicle, but its performance in the moose test was far from reassuring. Designed more like a compact hatchback than a performance-oriented EV, the Soul EV showed clear limitations in emergency maneuverability. When subjected to sudden lane changes at higher speeds, the vehicle struggled with excessive body roll and insufficient tire grip. Its top-heavy design and soft suspension tuning didn't do it any favors either. As a result, it was unable to stay within the test's path and plowed through cones, signaling a loss of control. The electronic stability control system was slow to correct the skid, and the overall chassis lacked the rigidity needed to maintain composure. While the Soul EV delivers solid range and urban practicality, its moose test failure highlights a critical weakness. Subpar handling when quick evasive action is needed to avoid a real-world hazard. Number 7. Lexus LS500h. The Lexus LS500, a luxury hybrid sedan brimming with advanced technology and comfort, faced an embarrassing setback during the moose's test. Designed for smooth cruising and refined driving, the LS500h faltered when agility and quick response were put to the test. The biggest issues were its immense curb weight, long wheelbase, and slow-reacting chassis. During the high-speed maneuver, the car failed to stay within the cones, demonstrating delayed steering input response and sluggish stability control intervention. Despite its sophisticated adaptive suspension and hybrid drivetrain, it simply couldn't overcome the laws of physics when asked to swerve quickly. The vehicle's heavy front end and wide turning radius contributed to its inability to recover effectively. This failure underscores the inherent trade-offs in luxury hybrid sedans. Balancing plush ride quality and efficiency often comes at the expense of real-world agility and emergency responsiveness. Number 6. BMW M4 Competition. The BMW M4 Competition is known for its raw power and rear-wheel drive excitement, but even this performance icon stumbled in the moose test. Despite its aggressive engineering and precision tuning on the track, it failed to maintain control during the high-speed evasive maneuver. The primary issue was its tail-happy nature combined with an extremely firm suspension setup. While these traits are great for cornering on a racetrack, they work against the car when sudden direction changes are required. During testing, the M4 Competition clipped multiple cones and couldn't complete the maneuver cleanly above certain speeds. The car didn't lose complete control or pose immediate danger, but its lack of composure under duress was surprising for a vehicle of its pedigree. This serves as a reminder that performance in controlled environments doesn't always translate into emergency maneuverability, a key component of real-world safety. Number 5. Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is a beast on paper. A hulking SUV with a supercharged V8 pushing over 700 horsepower. But when it comes to dynamic safety, brute force isn't enough. Though not on the original Reddit list, the Trackhawk's performance in similar evasive maneuver tests raised serious eyebrows. The high center of gravity combined with stiff suspension tuning made the vehicle unstable during fast lane changes. In sudden swerves, the Trackhawk struggled with body control and exhibited signs of oversteer and delayed recovery. At high speeds, this made the SUV borderline dangerous, as its mass overwhelmed the chassis' ability to react cleanly. Despite its impressive straight-line speed, the Trackhawk failed to demonstrate safe, predictable behavior in emergency scenarios. It's a cautionary tale that extreme performance numbers don't guarantee all-around safety, especially when it comes to avoiding real-world hazards at speed. Number 4. Tesla Model Y Early Units. The Tesla Model Y has grown into one of the most popular electric crossovers on the market, but its early production units had serious moose test shortcomings. Pre-2021 vehicles experienced inconsistent performance during sudden evasive maneuvers, largely due to problematic electronic stability control (ESC) calibration. In multiple tests, the system failed to respond quickly or accurately to fast steering inputs, leading to loss of stability and failure to complete the test cleanly. Some units even knocked down cones outright, indicating a clear breakdown in coordination between chassis, tires, and software. While Tesla has since rolled out updates to improve ESC responsiveness and handling dynamics, the early failures were concerning, especially for a vehicle marketed as high-tech and future-proof. These moose test results served as a wake-up call for Tesla to refine not just acceleration and range, but the foundational dynamics required for real-world emergency safety. Number 3. Nissan Leaf Gen 1. The first-generation Nissan Leaf helped pioneer mainstream electric mobility, but its handling was far from revolutionary. When it came to the moose test, the Leaf's soft suspension, vague steering, and top-heavy feel worked against it. Even at reduced speeds, the car struggled to complete the test without instability or hitting cones. The issue wasn't just about grip. The Leaf's steering lacked precision and feedback, making it difficult for drivers to make quick, confident corrections. Combined with its softly sprung chassis, the car leaned heavily during the swerve and didn't recover smoothly. While the Leaf was never intended to be a performance vehicle, its shortcomings in emergency avoidance scenarios revealed a lack of dynamic refinement. For urban commuting, the Leaf was a practical solution, but when it came to rapid lane changes or evasive maneuvers, it fell behind, highlighting the need for better balance between comfort and control. Number 2. Honda CR-V 2018. The 2018 Honda CR-V didn't completely fail the moose test, but it came alarmingly close enough to raise concerns about its emergency handling. During the high-speed evasive maneuver, the CR-V exhibited significant body roll and a noticeable lack of steering precision. While it managed to avoid knocking over cones, the SUV appeared unstable and borderline out of control, especially at speeds approaching 70 km/h. The soft suspension and high center of gravity made quick changes in direction feel sluggish and unpredictable. Although not catastrophic, its performance suggested the chassis was being pushed to its limits, with little margin for driver error. Thankfully, Honda made improvements in later versions, addressing suspension tuning and stability control response. But for a model often chosen by families for its reputation for reliability and practicality, the CR-V's near failure in the Moose test was a wake-up call about the importance of handling in sudden real-world scenarios. Number 1. Volvo XC60 pre-facelift. Volvo is almost synonymous with safety, but the pre-facelift XC60 proved that even the safest brands can have dynamic weaknesses. In Moose test trials, this luxury crossover showed concerning behavior, particularly with pronounced understeer and a sluggish electronic stability control system. The delay in ESC activation meant the vehicle couldn't correct its trajectory quickly enough during sudden evasive maneuvers. As the driver swerved, the front wheels lost grip and pushed wide, making it difficult to stay within the test lane. This was especially surprising coming from a brand that markets itself heavily on occupant protection and advanced safety systems. The issue wasn't with crash safety, where Volvo excels, but with real-world avoidance, where split-second handling counts just as much. Thankfully, the post-facelift XC60 received improved chassis tuning and updated ESC programming, addressing many of these flaws. Still, the early model's performance was a rare blemish in Volvo's otherwise strong safety reputation. And there you have it, 17 cars that just couldn't handle the heat of the Moose test. From high-powered performance cars to top-selling crossovers and futuristic EVs, this test spares no one. It's a reminder that a fancy badge or big horsepower number doesn't always mean a car can perform when it truly matters. Stability, balance, and smart tuning are just as important, especially in those critical moments on the road. What do you think? Were you surprised by any of the cars on this list? Did your car make the cut or fail it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from fellow car enthusiasts and safety geeks alike. And if you found this video insightful, do us a favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next deep dive into the auto world. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's not just about speed. Sometimes, it's about how you stop or swerve that really counts. Stay safe, drive smart, and we'll see you in the next one.